Welcome back, everyone. Let's get into the most exciting session, the evaluation. And this evaluation is going to be conducted by our general evaluator, our Pauline Ng, EH4 from MISA. Over to you, Pauline.
Thank you, Alicia. Right, as a general evaluator, I'm assisted by team of now is the evaluation session for the project speeches. First up, I would like to call upon the evaluator for TM Hasbullah. The evaluator for Hasbullah is Mengkang. Over to you, Mengkang.
All right, so please give me a minute. Let me bring up my evaluation notes report. Okay. Where's the timer? Couldn't see timer. Okay, I can see timer now. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Here's my evaluation report for Toastmaster for speaker Hizbullah. So I would like to give a round of applause to Hizbullah for completing the speech purpose, to learn to review basic research methods, and he already presented a well-organized speech about dopamine detox. So I would like to separate this evaluation into a few good points and a few points that you may want to work more on, just like what you will see in a typical evaluations report. So Toastmaster Hizbullah excel at using attention seeker phrase like ladies and gentlemen before continuing to his next point. Ladies and gentlemen after finishing important points. And also one phrase that's very useful. Do you know that? Especially in research and presenting. Do you know that? Oh, I do not know that. Do you know that? Oh, we are going to talk about something interesting. So this is the attention seeker phrase that Toastmaster Hizbullah used to gain attention. Again, Toastmaster Hizbullah used attempt audience engagement, even though in virtual setting we tend to forget about that, but he asked questions and getting rapport with the audience, specifically with Han. So interact quite a lot with Han during the speech. Okay, so let me move on to a few points that you can work more on to bring your speech into the next level. So the first part is, since you are doing research and presenting, it's for a research and presenting speech, two key points are very important. The first thing is your content credibility. So how true is your content? How do you know that the audience really believe what you are saying? And the second thing is your the importance of your contents. How important your audience may feel after listening to your speech. So I will talk about the credibility. I think it's good that you can add more things like, according to a research done in what university in 1924, that a dopamine can trigger in your brain to do what. The word according to a research done in, the phrase is quite very useful in research and presenting to add credibility to the content that already very good. So people can believe more, oh, this is true. This point is according to a research. It's not coming from you directly. So according to a research done or something similar to that would be very useful. The second thing is, since you are speaking about something new, at least for me, this is something new. I haven't heard of dopamine detox before. So when you talk about dopamine, I try to understand, but maybe since I'm a science student, I get the idea really fast. But it would be better if you can make your context of your main subject, which is dopamine, more vivid. Maybe you can use something like an analogy. Dopamine is like a child sitting in your brain waiting for sweets, and you want the sweet to come very fast so it can react very fast. So something analogy or methodology to impersonate your dopamine to another person, right, can make people really understand the term dopamine, the term detox more. And last but not least, I think I'm read already. I noticed that you have your speech. You talk about detox starting at green light, and it will be better. I suggest you to spend more time talking about the detox instead of building up the story at front. So you can, since your title suggesting dopamine detox, so maybe you will focus more on the detox. So to challenge yourself, you can inject more personal experience or your own opinions into your speech next time. And I shall pass the floor back to the general evaluator.
Right.
Back to you.
Thank you, Meng Kang, for a very very motivating evaluation. You provided the sandwich method. First of all, you pointed out all the good points, and then you pointed out the areas of improvement. Yes, you talk about credibility. Yes, it's important to quote sources to make your speech more credible. And yeah, I also find that you ended quite abruptly. Just ask us to reflect and apply, and then oh, it's end already. So try to work up a bit on that. Next up, I would like to call upon the evaluator for our second speaker, Hans. I'd like to call upon Eileen to evaluate Speaker Han. Over to you, Eileen.
Thank you. All right. Congratulations, Toastmaster Han Lun. You have done and presented a very well organized, structured, and interesting speech. And you have met the objectives. You understand your communication styles, and you also identified your style, which was analytical and direct, and you keep on improving on your personal interaction with others. Okay, right, that's good. And how it impacted your life, you have shown through a few samples, examples, and that also engaged us because I especially have been like you before, very quiet and have no confidence to speak, but now we have transformed into a different person. That's good. Another good thing is you stood up to present your speech. That's very good. And you shared a lot of experiences very sincerely. Yeah? I like your way you presented, how you analyzed first your analytical speech and how you related it to yourself as physics student. Yeah, you preferred that style, which is very, very effective. Next, you also showed that some styles were like the direct style was not that effective when you were in a group discussion, and how you failed, you messed up the thing. That's good because like me, I think I was quite direct, and I lost some friends because of that too. See, they said, why did you say like that? And so we reflected. That's good. And you also told us why you chose the title. That's Ways Toward a Better Self, because you are learning. You are still young, young. So it's better to reflect now and improve on your styles later. For example, 6 months ago, you shared with us that you were not that confident. You will not be the one who will initiate this conversation. But I'm sure after your experiences, your bonding with your fellow Toastmasters, and you praised them and you mentioned names, Jaya, Elisa, that's good because they are here and they will be very proud of you. You have changed a lot, I'm sure. Well, you have a few weaknesses, that is, not to improve, that is the positioning. Before you, it's good to try the positioning in front of the screen because we are in a meeting. So make sure your head is not looking downwards, and then your eye contact will be better. There must be a space up here, yeah, and then your vocal variety. You could have, it was a bit monotonous, your voice, so you can stress more and have more expressive expressions, facial expressions, and all that. And you are on the way to become a better Toastmaster, a successful student, and a better human being, I'm sure. To challenge you, you continue to present, and this time improve on your communication styles. Good luck to you. Thank you for allowing me to evaluate you today. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster here. Oh, General
Thank you,
Editor, sorry.
Right.
Thank you, Eileen.
Thank you, Eileen, for your very, very encouraging evaluation, full of suggestions for improvement for Han. Yes, all very appropriate. Like for example, screen. Han, I can only see you from your eye down, so I couldn't see your full expression. Yes, on your vocal variety, and I like how Eileen ended the evaluation by saying that, if you keep going, then you will become overall you'll become a better person. That is very, very encouraging. Right. Next up, I would like to invite the evaluator for our third speaker, which is Jaya. I'd like to call upon Jason to evaluate Jaya. Over to you, Jason.
Thank you so much, Pauline. Toastmaster Jaya. Speech. How far you know me? Question mark. Boom! You started with a bang. I like your starting. Opening, clear, hokey, attractive, and you brought everyone to listen to you. That was a good start. Apart from that, I also like a few things about your speech, especially the way you speak. Number one, you are energetic. Stood up, full of body language, full of energy. And that's you. I remember you from your last speech about Silambam. That also you demonstrated some moves. Full of energy again. This is your strength, Jaya. Number two is your voice. Your voice is clear and clear. The best thing about voice is that it has to be clear, and yours is clear and clear. So it's double clear. It's clearer than most people that I've seen on the screen. Lately, we have been doing virtual meetings. Yes. And one of the shortfalls is either the mic is not good or the voice is not good. You have both clear and clear. So good start. Hook everyone together and want to follow you, your story. Second, you have a clear and clear voice. And third, you exuded positive energy. That's why I have been enjoying the way you speak. Last speech and today's speech as well. I would like to give you two areas to consider to make your next speech not only enthusiastic, but also impactful. So first point is purpose-driven. Every one of our speech in Toastmaster has a purpose statement, and your speech has two purpose statements. One is to understand or identify your communication style, which you mentioned, initiating, which is good. Second is to share how it affects you and your communication with others. So that's the second purpose. Always go back to the purpose statement, especially when you are stuck with what do I talk about? How can I make it impactful? Sometimes it's not about making the most impactful storyline, but actually going back to the ground, fundamentally going direct to the purpose and achieving what the objective of the speech is about. Because in Toastmasters, in one level alone, there are 14 assignment speeches. So every assignment speeches will help you in certain areas specifically. The other thing that I'm not very comfortable with is you explain a little bit too elaborate on the 4 communication styles. Analytical, initiating, direct, and supportive. And I time you for that part. You took total of 3 minutes and 30 seconds to explain the 4 communication styles. I would have thought, hey, cut that down to half, go quick. But I want to know more about you because your speech says, how far do you know me? I know we are very far apart, but I surely want to know you further and nearer. I hope today's speech, I hope to get it, but somehow a lot of time spent on explaining something more general. The second thing that you can improve on in your next speech is the conclusion. You started with a bang. You could have ended with a bang as well. Perhaps one example I can give is if you have shared your communication style and how it affects yourself and how you improve yourself as communicator by understanding your communication style, perhaps you can tell the audience, ladies and gentlemen, I have found my communication style and I am going to improve on it based on the blind spots that I've experienced throughout the last 2 weeks. How about you? When are you going to identify your communication style? With that more understanding, I'm sure you, ladies and gentlemen, will also become a more impactful communicator. Overall, I like to see you again. Energy is good, positive speaker. You have the fundamental. What to work on is actually the technical side of the speech. Purpose driven and conclude, end it with a bang. With that, I hope, wish you all the best for your next speech. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Jason Tong, for yet another very, very encouraging and motivating evaluation. You applied the sandwich method, that you list out all the speaker's strong points, and you also list, as for the areas for improvement, you talk about how to make the speech more impactful and also the importance of impactful closing. Okay, I personally learned a lot from this. Evaluation is not just for the speaker, it's for the audience as well. When we listen to the evaluation, we also learn. I have yet to do my communication style speech, so this is also very useful for me. And Jason, I thought you would also like to touch a bit on the delivery. Like for example, the speaker's hand gesture. Is the hand gesture a bit overwhelming to the point of distraction? I feel that hand gesture, although it's interaction, it should be purposeful. So maybe we also, besides the speech structure, it's also good to talk about, some areas of improvement for their delivery. Right, thank you. And then we have come to the end of our project speech evaluation. Next up, I would like to invite our table topic evaluator. Our table topic evaluator is Amma Aslan from Uniradat Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Amma.
All right, thank you very much to my general evaluator, Toastmasters Pauline. So, right now, I'd like to give my report or evaluation for the topic speech. First, let's go to the first speaker, Toastmasters Ying Kang. I would like to ask you a question. What do people would like to see in a speech? What attracts people watching one speech? Now, the answer that I had in mind is first impression. Now, Toastmasters Min Kang delivered that exceptionally well. He, throughout the whole speech, he smiled every single second of his speech. Now, this gives a great vibe and great impression to the speakers. And not only that, he actually gives a very funny quote that I would really like to say. This actually gives a smile onto my face. People need water, food, essentially basic needs to sustain in life. I need motivation to sustain. For some reason, that really blew me off out of nowhere. That was actually very funny because we do need motivation in life. So for me, you just give a great impression for your audience, and the audience will really love it. Great job on that. The next is your structure is very well organized. You start off your self introduction, you tell us who you are, then you move on to your student life, basically your journey as a student, which is which is the body of your speech. Then you ended it with an advice for all of us to motivate ourselves. This is a very good basic structure of any speech that you do. So if I may, I would like to suggest one improvement in your upcoming speech. You need to add, perhaps you can add more vocal variety. You add more pauses, high and low pitch to your speech. So this will create a lot of emphasis in your speech, and people will be like a roller coaster to the audience. People will feel like There are some parts that people will like the sustain moment, for example. So adding a vocabulary will enhance your speech quite a lot. So overall, you did a great job, Toastmaster Minkan. Good job. So next is Toastmasters Bofaro. I pronounced that right. So sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Toastmasters Bofaro. The question that you get: what do you want most in life? What I actually enjoy about your speech is you have a great concept. So what do you really want in this life? There are many answers that you can have given. For me, I was hoping people would say things like want money, a stable life, and everything. You want to play a role in humanity, help the less fortunate people. For that, I don't know where it suddenly opens our eyes. In this real world, a lot of ugly things happen. Then you want to be part of humanity and play a role to make the world a better place to live in. So that's a very good content that you just make up. And then next is although you didn't switch on your camera, I can sense in your voice that you are very passionate. When you're given this question, you did not hesitate, you did not take a few seconds to think. You straight away say, I want to play a huge role in humanity to help the less fortunate people. And then your voice tells us that you really, really mean it. So I really like how you play with the vocal variety, how you play with your tone, your voice when you do a great job on that. So if I may in your upcoming speech, you might need to switch on your camera to your audience to have a better view of it. So overall, it was a very good speech. And then moving on to the third speaker was Master Amir Rushdan. The question was given, where do you find inspiration? And your answer was parents. Everyone, when you mention your parents as an inspirational, immediately you already engage with the audience. Because all of us over here, we always see our parents as inspiration to be a better person. Right? So everyone is connected to your school. So your choice of where do you find your inspiration actually very engaging to all audience. However, I would like in your upcoming speech, perhaps you can take your time at the beginning of the because when you were given the question, you just straight away answer it. So that will leave you no time to think of the structure of the speech. So when you are given a topic, give it like a 5 to 10 seconds to think on what you want to say roughly. You don't have to remember every single word, just roughly, and then you go for that. At least you know the structure in your head, then you can go. And last but not least, Toastmasters Jason. The question was given to you, what is your most beloved childhood memory? Personally, I like to watch Cartoon Network. That was my greatest childhood memory. And then you
Is it lagging?
Yeah, yeah. I think he has some.
first time riding a bicycle. And that is very everyone remembers the first time that they rode a bicycle. So what I enjoy about your speech, Jason, is you open with the imagination. So what is my favorite childhood? Running around, running around in the park and everything. So that actually give us a very, say a very typical children thing to do in the park, running around with friends and everything. So that is a very great hook for the audience to give. The next is I like that you use your hand gesture. You make your speech comes alive, imitating riding a bicycle. You tell your story with your hands. So they actually enhance more. You make your speech come more alive, and people are really excited to do it more. For improvement, I am so sorry. Unfortunately, I could not come up with any improvement. Your speech was flawless. I really enjoyed your speech, the presentation. So overall, everyone did an incredible job, and I really enjoy everyone's speech in several topic session. So that will be all from me. Back to you, Madam General Valley.
Thank you so much, Amal, for your very interesting evaluation. Amal is a very seasoned Toastmasters and a very experienced evaluator, and he touches on all the strengths and areas of improvement. Overall, congratulations to all our evaluators. All of you, the evaluators, have given us plenty of nuggets of feedback for us to take home. We certainly, I'm sure all of us learned a lot from our evaluators. Now it's time for our technical role players report. First up, I would like to call upon our technical role, our grammarian, Toastmaster Divya. Over to you, Divya.
Good evening, everyone. Is my screen still inverted?
Yes.
Okay. My apologies for that. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Well, I would like to just summarize today's report instead of calling out names and mentioning what you did. So, I believe that we all could work on our singulars and plurals, for instance, of is, and the usage of s at the end of the words. And also we use the word very many times. So for an instance, we should work on that. So for an instance, for saying quite very useful, you could use the word beneficial or handy. And coming to the best part, the list of quotes, thoughts, words, or sayings that I personally like. Okay, starting off with Toastmasters Jaya, I like three of quotes or sayings that you said. The first one is, you cannot clap with one hand. Second one is, beat around the bush. The third one is, my favorite is, listen to people to understand rather than listen, or rather than respond. Sorry. Next is Toastmasters Lim Ming Kang. I like when you said, we need motivation apart from money and food. Third is Toastmasters Mufaro Chitsa. We are put together to help one another. And lastly, Toastmasters Amir, you said that parents are my backbone. So that is all from my report. Thank you.
Thank you, grammarian. Yes, I can see that you shared the word of the day, perseverance, on this on the virtual background. And you also you have a good listening skill. You managed to catch so many good usage. Very well done. Now next, I would like to move on to our next technical role player, the R counter. Over to you, Ahmad.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So let me share my screen.
It's up, Ahmed. It's up. Ahmed, yeah, we can see your screen. Hello, Ahmed?
Okay, is that done,
Yeah,
Ahmad?
we are seeing your screen actually.
Right. Thank you so much. That was a very quick report. Just
No,
showing. On
can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Give me
are
a second. I
you?
think there's a problem with my mic.
Have you completed?
I was
the
speaking
report?
just now.
Oh, okay. Ahmed, or else you just verbally mention, I think.
Okay, give me a second, yeah. Can you guys hear me now clearly? Sorry, I think there's an issue with my mic.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, cool. So let me quickly do the evaluation. Give me a second. All right. So sorry, you guys, about this. I just quickly. Can you quickly go to the next team play, and I will come back quickly with this. I crashed my document.
So we shall move on to the timer.
Yeah, and then come back to me again.
Okay, all right. So I'd like to call upon our timer, Dr. Rashid, to present the timer report.
GE, I'm taking over the timer role for today.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jaya.
Yeah, that's okay. So let me share my screen just a minute. All right, is my slide visible?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
All right, thank you. So our Zoom meeting opens earlier, which is at 7:30, and then the meeting start a little late as we was waiting for the role players. So we start at 8:04, and then the SAA calls meeting to start, and Han took 1 minute, and the president's opening address was for 2 minutes and 32 seconds. And Toastmaster of the evening, DTM Alicia, she took 10 minutes and 2 seconds. And then this was table topic. So actually, we have done the project speeches first. So Toastmaster Hezbollah, he took 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Toastmaster Han, he took 7 minutes and 41 seconds. And me, myself, I took 6 minutes and 29 seconds. So going back to the table topic, Toastmaster Min Khan, he took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Mufaro, 1 minute and 41 seconds. Amir, he took 1 minute and 38 seconds. And Toastmaster Jason, he took 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Moving on to the break, we had break for 10 minutes. And then Toastmaster Amar, he took 7 minutes and 25 seconds. For the speech evaluation, Toastmaster Min Khan, he took 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Toastmaster DTM Eileen, she took 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And also Toastmaster Jason, he took 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I think our evaluators are very much keen to provide a suggestion. So, and the grammarian, she took 58 seconds. So that's all for my report. Back to you.
Timer, Jaya. Is our R counter ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. So as you can see over here, don't worry, I'm not here to catch anyone and then blame anyone. I'm just giving you guys a quick look through all the repeated words and some of the R's and ums. Starting with DTM Alicia, we had 1 okay with the total speech of 1 crutches. The table topics master had a total speech crutches of 3. The table topics evaluator had a total number of speech crutches of 2. And the the first table topic speaker, we had a total speech number of speech crutches of 2. Same thing with the table topic speaker number 2, which was Toastmaster Mufaro. We had a total number of speech crutches of 3. And then for the third table topic speaker, we had 13 speech crutches. It was just a couple of ums here and there. No worries, table topic speakers. You guys, it was an impromptu speech, so it is natural to come like that. And for the fourth, congratulations, Toastmaster Jason. You had no speech crutches at all. For the first prepared speaker, we had only 1 Toastmaster Hezbollah with 1 speech crutch. And for the second one, Toastmaster Hanlun, congratulations, you had 0 speech crutches. And Toastmaster Jaya, you had 1 total number of speech crutch. And for the evaluators, For the first evaluator, you had a total number of speech scratches of 2, and for the second evaluator, it was 1. Second and third evaluator both were 1. Grammarian, Toastmaster Divya, even though your background completely goes against the rules of grammar, you didn't have any speech scratches in total. Same. Probably now that's me over here, I might have a couple of speech scratches. And in terms of the general evaluator, until now, we have total number of 2 speech scratches. Back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, R counter, Ahmad. To be an R counter, one has to be really be very attentive and have good listening skills to catch all the R's and the word crutches, etc. But ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for me to present my general evaluators report. Right. The meeting room was open at 7:30. When I logged in, I was warmly welcomed by SAA Hanlun. Later, more people come in, but most of them do not on their video, so there was not much interaction, and overall was quiet until our cheerful, bubbly Elisa came on. Then there was then the noise decibel went up by a few levels. SAA Hanlun explained, he's very patient. He explained to us Zoomers, because most of us are used to Zoom meeting rather than Team. So he explained to us what's the difference between Zoom and Team very patiently, and he also guide us on some of the team functions. And sorry, I'm unable to rename myself to GE. Hanlun, you speak very clearly, very clear diction. You're very cheerful, so you set the tone for the meeting. And President came on with his opening speech. He linked his speech to the theme of the meeting, which is success is no accident. And he explained, his explanation is very motivating and inspiring us to work hard for success and to persevere. Our Toastmasters of the evening, Alicia Day, she's a very seasoned Toastmaster. She explained her role very well, and she gave us, she explained on the 3 aspect, which is the TI history, the structure of the meeting, and then she introduced the role player. She explained some of the changes, like for example, the project speeches to come on first, followed by the table topic evaluation, and then some changes to the speaker's speech title. So I think this is very important, because sometimes or even most time, you know, the Toastmaster of the evening did overlook to announce this, and then come to the time of announcement by the GE, then sorry, wrong, it's wrong, you know. So at least it's very good. Then it flows, the whole thing flows very smoothly. I like how Alicia talked about the history of Toastmasters, because we have been listening day in, day out on Toastmasters history, which can be very boring, but Alicia did it very well. I think this is probably due to her cheerful demeanor. Our table topic master, very interesting topic indeed. Although not related to the team, success is no accident, but they are all very interesting, all very related and relevant to our daily life. Like, you know, what sustains us, what do we want in life, where do we find inspiration. I think these are all very interesting topics. And although there are hardly any volunteers, but she persevered and managed to get 4 speakers. Very well done. And next up, okay, during the break, members and guests have some interesting chat, unlike, you know, while waiting for the meeting to start. So very interesting. And then 1 minute before the break is over, SAA prompt us. The agenda is very easy to read, and you can find all the information all here. So it's very good. So overall, I find the speeches are very well structured, very interesting. And I learned a lot from all our evaluators today. And I have also given my evaluation on all the role players. So overall, this is the first time I'm here, and I really enjoyed myself. Thank you, Jaya, for inviting me, and I really look forward to coming back again and to learn from all of you. So thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmasters of the evening, Alicia.